Whitaker. I work for Crop Production Services in Poole, Kentucky, a retail ag outlet. We do custom application, fertilizer and chemical, corn, soybeans, and wheat. I've been the manager for 7 years. Apache 710, I've had it this is my second season, and we've got a little over 1,200 hours on it right now. We cover about 15,000 acres a year. Roundup, almost everything's Roundup corn now. Roundup, Degree, atrazine on the corn, Roundup on the beans, and Harmony on the wheat usually. We cover about 50% more acres now, and it's not near as hard on the applicator. Tank size was smaller, so you were batching up more. Booms were shorter, so just efficiency there. And then the cab was so small that it just, after a week of spraying, you were really tired, and you're not near as tired in this machine. A lot smoother. Of course, it has bigger tires than the coupe, so any rut that you cross, it's just not near as much of a jar. I don't know how to explain it. It's just you spray the same amount of hours in a day, and you're not near as tired when you get done with this as opposed to a coupe. We trailer it very rarely, so we're driving it all the time. This one is really easy to get around on all these roads. It's not a problem at all. The 120-inch machine is a lot more stable going through the field on a hilly field, but it's a little bit not as good going down the road as this one. It's excellent as far as following the rows. 30-inch corn, I mean, it handles great. You can really do really good and not run over any corn. The main thing is you can see your front tires following corn rows. In the 4640, you really can't see very good. In this one, you can see both your front tires. You set up higher, so you can just see everything a lot better. Growers want to ask you all the time if it's marginally wet. They want to ask you if you got a four-wheel drive machine or not, and they think that makes a big difference. This machine here, I've never been hung up in the field. I've been hung up crossing from field to field, but as far as handling terrain and going through wet conditions, this is better than any four-wheel drive that I've operated. I think it has a lot of power, and I think you got all that power going to the rear end, and the machine itself is just not as heavy as some of the others. I have a customer who has a 1010, and he can't go through stuff that I can go through. The AccuBoom I love. I don't use foam, period. I just go straight off that, and to me, as you're coloring the screen in, there's no excuse for a skip. You know, when my applicator comes back in and he's got a big skip, well, he just wasn't paying attention. It just eliminates that to me. I love it, and then I use my laptop. I actually download the spray maps off of there and then load them up on my laptop, and I bill off of that. I bill off the spray maps. I think it's pretty simple. I ran the 4640 for so long that I knew how to troubleshoot a lot of stuff, and so I just knew it inside and out. This one, it's just taken me a little bit longer to learn the machine, but now I'm getting to where I can kind of troubleshoot a little bit, and that's where Ohio Valley comes in. Their service department's really good, and it's always just a phone call away. And that was one reason that I bought this machine over International, was just they're right there in Owensboro, and I knew they were a lot closer as opposed to having a service call out of Memphis. I mean, that made a huge difference to me. I'm a small market store, smaller than some of the others, and I knew from the get-go that the John Deere was out of my price range, so I really didn't even price one. I didn't even ride in one, because if you can't afford it, there's no sense in knowing if you like it or not. I did compare this to the International, and you know, like I say, it came down in the end not so much to the simplicity of this machine, or what I felt like would be simple, and Ohio Valley being right there. I already knew Richard, I already knew Ken. Ken's an excellent mechanic, so that kind of is why I bought it. I do a lot of spraying myself, not by choice, and with this machine, if I am forced to run the store and do some spraying, I can cover a lot of ground with this one and stay caught up. Before I bought the Apache, we did probably 95% of our spraying in one county. 8,000, maybe 9,000 acres, maybe. I just couldn't, and I was trying to get more, and I just couldn't get more. We were doing all we could do. And then I bought this, and now we spray in about 4 counties, and have really increased business a county over, and that's a pretty good piece over there. But the sprayer has been how I've gotten my foot in the door over there. It paid for itself in the first year, just because of increased business. And you can't, when you think about that, you can't just look at the increased acres that you're getting over. You're also getting chemical business off of that, and if you're doing the applicating, you're there with that farmer all the time. You're gonna get seed business off that. You're gonna get fertilizer business off that. So I just use the sprayer as a tool to grow my whole business. I tell everybody to buy one. I mean, I'm really happy with it. I don't have any major complaints. I'd buy it again in a heartbeat. And any of my customers that come in and ask my opinion, I tell them that.